And halftime here, 40-30 in favor of the Lions. And we're joined here in the booth with Adam Ferguson. And Adam, you've got some scores around the Sooner tonight. Walk us through. I think most of the men are probably at halftime. Walk us through the scores and then the standings. We'll look at those in a minute from the guaranteed wins. Walk us through these scores here, Adam.
Well, here's some of the scores so far for the first half of the Sooner Athletic Conference. We have Oklahoma City at John Brown. They tipped off at 8 o'clock. Now, in this game, I know I picked Oklahoma City to win for my guaranteed pool. I don't know about you guys. Sounds like John Cookman picked John Brown. What about you, Rob?
I believe I picked John Brown as well.
We all picked John Brown, but the next one was the University of Science and Arts in Oklahoma at MacU, the first place MacU, might I add, and I picked MacU. I believe John picked MacU as well.
We all
Rob,
did.
who about you pick?
We all did.
We have Wayland Baptist, number 9 team, going on the road to play Oklahoma Baptist. I picked Wayland in this one. Rob, it looks like you
flying solo on that one. Come on, OBU.
You picked an upset in that
one. There's my win. What's the score at halftime for that one? Do we have a score yet?
I didn't see it on the graphic there. I'm not sure. Then we have Southwestern Christian going on the road playing St. Gregory's, who is on fire right now, and I picked St. Gregory's in that one. It looks like we all did.
We all did.
So we should either take a win or loss in that one. And then, of course, Texas Wesleyan and SAGU, we all went with SAGU this time. Unlike last game where me and Cookman picked Texas Wesleyan against our heart of hearts. But we were right, so can't argue with that.
That's right.
And then we have one more game. The sister school, Evangel, is the only sister school we have in action tonight, and they play Avila University. So, again, good luck to the men's Evangel basketball squad as they, again, take on Avila University tonight.
Looking at some halftime stats here. John, thanks, Adam. Wow, the field goal percentage, 43% for SAGU, 33% just for Texas Wesleyan. You see there from three-point land. How about that? Lions, 6 of 21, almost 30%. Free throws, haven't hit one, but hadn't really had to. Only been to the line twice. 6 of 8 for the Rams. Rebounds, pretty close. But the score is a big difference here. A 10-point lead for the Lions. What do you see overall the difference is? And there's some other stats we can talk about, turnovers, steals, and assists. But what do you think is the difference right now in that game score?
Well, I believe it's the three-point field goal shooting is definitely the difference. If you just get 2 or 3 more three-point field goals from TWU, then it's a 1-point ball game.
Yeah, they're 2 of 13 here. That's a very good point.
And that only puts them up at 30%. If they hit just 2 more, it's a 4-point ball game. That means they're shooting 30%, which would still be a little less than SAGU has shot. So
now there's going to be a technical foul here. Excuse me, John. As the half expired, the head coach for the Rams kind of was given too much. Brendan Shingleton was given too much activity to the refs. So here's the first free throw from Alexander, and the first free throw is good. So that put the lead up to 11. Here's free throw number 2. Alexander, the transfer from Milwaukee Tech, gives the Lions a 12-point lead. So two free points essentially before any time has even elapsed off of the second half of play. Assists 13-4 in favor of Southwestern. Steals 6-5 in favor of Southwestern. Turnovers just 5 for SAGU, 8 for Texas Wesleyan. Blocks 1 apiece. Team fouls just 5 apiece. So bench scoring 11-0 in favor of the Lions, John. Points in the paint pretty close, 18-16. And we're underway here in half number 2. It'll be Price over to Walter. He lost the handle, trying to get it back to Price and turns the ball over. Lindsey, nice tough pass looking for Akano. And Gentry comes away with it. He's got numbers in transition, finds Walter, back to Price, blocked from behind. No foul called. Lindsey, nice defensive play. We'll keep it right here. Gentry works it inside. Actually cross court over to Walter. Spots up from 18, no good. Adoy offensive rebound. That doesn't fall. Gentry got away with the travel. That shot's no good. And here comes Lindsey. Finally grabs it and holds on to it for dear life. As Rams look to cut into this 12-point deficit. turnover for the Rams, and the crowd is letting
Sounds like the
Rams
jungle is
hear it.
giving them the business.
Yes, sir. So lines up 42-30 off the strength of 2 technical foul shots by Alexander before time began, and now he gets it back over to Walter. Adoy. Alexander passes up the 3, shakes and bakes against Grisella. Tough shot from Price, and he gets it to fall. The rainbow 10-footer. Tough shot for the big man, but square your shoulders up, get a good look at it. Nice high release.
And he's got beautiful touch on his release.
Over to Akano. Throw Ellis. Nothing there. Resets for DeMarcus Richardson. 15 on the shot clock. Ellis back to Richardson. Under 10. Works inside the paint. Over to Akano. High arching 3, and he buries it from the corner. Sam Akano, the 6'5 junior. It's his first bucket of the game.
And that's a big difference maker there, that the Lions have taken Akano out of the game. He's their leading scorer at 21 points a game.
Gentry. Sure is. 20.9, and they have done a defensive masterpiece on Akano. And he also averages 5 rebounds. Can dish it too. 42 assists for the big man inside. Held at bay so far. We'll see how he responds to being shut down until now in the second half. Here comes Ellis, shadowed by Gentry. The Lions are in a pretty much straight up man-to-man right now. And Akano. Price is on him, and that's 2 in a row for Akano. He's starting to warm up, John.
Yeah, it looks like they're not concentrating down and locking him down at this point. And he's going to be able to, he's the kind of player that can exploit that really quickly. And
Feimster.
as
Good
I
rotation,
mentioned,
too short.
a 10-point lead to a team like this is the matter of 30, 45 seconds.
And Akana once more. He got the whistle, almost got the roll, and he'll go to the charity stripe. And Akano's starting to feel it a little bit. He's got 6 quick points and now a trip to the line. And the lead's cut to 9. A chance to cut it to 7. First free throw from Akano is good. Back of the rim, falls in. As you see, our competitors, the ESPN crew, Southwestern style that is, the poor man's commentators with their boxes and all. Second free throw is good for Akano. He's got a very quick 8 points in about two minutes of play. Alexander works off the screen from Price in traffic. Nearly throws it away and does. It's Akano now, picked up by Mitchell. Whistle, a hoop in the arm, and Mitchell called for the foul. And now Akano is here to play. 10 quick points just like that. And John, you're exactly right. Akano averages 20. He's well on his way to exceed that in no time at all. He's cut the lead to 4 and could cut it to 3 in a timeout. Now Bostwick has seen enough. As you see, here's the move again from Akano, and Mitchell just not the right position with his body, wasn't set, should have just let him go. Didn't do so. And you got to like what you see if you're head coach Brendan Shingleton and his assistant coaches Dotson and Carrillo have now cut the lead from 12 to 4, a chance to cut it to 3. And meanwhile, Bostwick, he's got to be talking to his troops saying, guys, we got to pull this together, get back to what we do right, play straight up defense, don't give them any free looks, free shots, and perhaps reset your focus on Akano. Did a great job in the first half, shutting him down, shutting him out, in fact. But now he's definitely become the go-to man here in these first 3 or 4 minutes of play at the Schaefer Center. Once again, a reminder to check us all out on the social media sites we have available for you: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, SAGU Sports Network Facebook, SAGU Sports Net on Twitter, SAGU Sports Network on Instagram and YouTube as well. As these Lions look to knock off a team that began the season 12-0, ranked as high as number 12 in the nation, now 14-5. So they've gone essentially, 2-5 since that early run, and that's what the Sooner Athletic Conference will do for you. Put some quick losses on your record. A win here will square these two teams at 4-5 each in conference play. The Lions don't want to do that. They want to keep that separation and stay in that upper tier of the Sooner and keep these Rams down near the bottom. They would fall to 3-6 with a loss today, and the Lions would of course improve to 5-4. And a whistle is going to be called against the Lions. That's foul number 2 against Remington Mitchell, the 6'8" sophomore from just up the road, Mansfield High School. And Gentry will take a seat. Feimster takes a seat, and Guidry checks back in. So does Erskine. As you see the standings here, we'll check back to those in just a second. As TWU is pulled within striking distance of Tiger taking the lead. They're just down by 4. And another whistle. Mitchell called for his second in less than about 30 seconds of play. More like 10 seconds of play, and he can't believe it. It's going to send the Rams to the line. It'll be Merv Lindsay looking for point number 12. The lefty sends it through. There you see the standings. Wesleyan in 8th place, but really only one game out of 3rd place, or a tie for 4th place, I should say. It's anyone's ball game right now. Outside the great start from Macu, it is wide open from 2 to about position number 8 or 9. A really, really important game here, halfway through conference play. Mitchell gets it over to Guidry. Alexander, tough bounce pass. And the refs just let him play on, John. And now it's going to be Marcus Price on top of Richardson and a timeout. I think Richardson was able to call timeout, John, in all the scrum. And that's exactly what happened. So hats off to DeMarcus, a heads-up play. And really a tough pass from Alexander trying to get a ball into Mitchell. Really wasn't in position. Trying to get to the big man, but wasn't really the right decision to make. So just popped it back out to the wing and reset. And that really essentially caused a turnover. And you can see Bostwick, John, is not happy at all with his defensive effort right now. And the Lions are we're still stuck on 6 3-pointers. They've been stuck there since about 2 minutes left, I think, in the first half. And they got to reach 14. It's a daunting task.
Well, Akano has definitely been the difference maker here in the half, and I'm sure Coach told him in the locker room, "Hey, you're our leading scorer. If you're on track, this is a tie ball game, because he averages 21 a game and essentially 10 and a half. That was the halftime spread.
Right.
So scorers find a way to score. Generally, it doesn't matter when they score them. They usually get what they get. So the bad thing for SAGU is that Akano's probably going to score his 21. And that means they're all going to come in the second half.
And a power dunk from the oop. An alley-oop to Lindsay. Compliments of a great pass from Jarrell Ellis. And the lead is 1, and the momentum is all in the Rams' favor. Alexander looking to stop the bleeding Lions have the lead, but doesn't feel like it anymore. Now another turnover, and the Rams could take their first lead of the game,
Oh, my.
and they don't, as Richardson misses a point-blank layup. Mark that moment. Alexander now gets it over to Gentry. Back to Alexander. Good ball movement. Erskine for three. A timely three. Buries it. Drew Erskine extends the lead back to 4, and a big-time three at just the right time. Wow, a missed layup from Richardson. A timely three by Erskine. It could have been. That's a 5-point swing right there, John.
It sure was. And, you know, Rich, this is what happens when you only have 5, 6 players to go to for a game. And you're playing a team that has 10, 12 players coming at you all the time, fresh legs all the time.
Alexander buries another one. That's 8 now for the Lions, and the lead quickly back up to 7.
Nice touch there.
Yes, sir. So the Rams claw back, cut the lead back to 5. We got ourselves a ball game here, Mr. Cookman. And how about Walter scores, find a way to score. That's what Walter does. He averages, let's see, I think he averages, 14. He's got, I think, 7 now.
And the ref's going to call that foul on the ground, on the floor. So it's not a two-shot foul. And that was actually a very fortunate foul for SAGU because Akano had the fire in his eyes. He looked like he was determined to score. And actually, as he followed through, he did score, but they took it away.
And Erskine giving Akano all kinds of trouble and just steals his cookie. Give me that cookie. Alexander into the paint, the floater. Missed shot, Sumbry gets it out to Ellis. Tough shot, gets the whistle, Erskine. Whistled for the foul.
And that's a great foul by Drew Erskine. Took away the 2-point option. Didn't let him get a good, clean look. And that's the way you've got to foul. It's not malicious. It's not necessarily intentional, although it is kind of intentional because you don't want him to score. But it's not flagrant in any manner.
First free throw is good. Second one on the way. 52-46, lead at 6. That's nothing. Second free throw, short-armed and a brick. And quickly in transition, Guidry spots up for 3. Good release, rotation, he nails it. He's on the board now in the three-point land. There's 9 for the Lions. Lead up to 9. You could just sense he wanted to shoot that the whole time down the court. He was just waiting for the right spacing. Got it, buried it.
And now he's beginning to let his defense feed off of that offensive energy.
Grisella, tough shot off his own miss. Gets his own board. Stays right there, keeps the ball high. Sends it off the glass. He's got 8. Averages 9. Erskine. Gentry, nice pass to Walter. Blocked from behind by Hassani Sumbry. Will keep it right here with 18 on the shot clock. 12:26 remaining. Walter will inbound. Lead at 7. Walter, baseline, behind the back, into the paint. Looks over, spots up Erskine. No good. Rebound Rams. Ellis spins, turns. Good ball movement from Rams. Grisella, 3-point, no good. Walter clears. Alexander, so quick. Into Walter. Erskine spots up a 3. Looks good. It's short though. Gets his own rebound. He misses an easy putback and then throws it off.
Throws it off of the Rams player, but it lands back on him as he's out of bounds. What an unfortunate play. Didn't get rewarded for the great hustle. Drew Erskine with great hustle. coming up short a little bit. You can see that the legs are getting tired. 2 3-point shots in a row come up very short.
He's more mad
But
on the bench right now about missing that little layup than the three-pointer.
Of course. Well, of course. But he follows in, gets his own rebound, and then kills the bunny.
The bunny shot. Lead is 7. We're under 12. Coach Brendan Singleton on his feet, directing the offense. And a little mini trap there in the corner, or on the front. Now here comes Guidry on Tavon Lundy, who just checked into the game, number 1.
Great block.
Absolutely.
By Emmanuel Odoye.
And Lindsay asking for help, doesn't get it. We'll keep it right here. So into the game, Tavon Lundy, a freshman from New Orleans, Louisiana, out of Byron P. Steele High School, averages 3 a game. 5'9" point guard. He checks in. Gentry has 3 3-pointers. Ramad Robertson has 1. Almost wanted 2. Almost fell. In and out. Ellis. Stutter step. And a tip drill works to perfection. Hassani Sumbri, the big man, following.
It's got to be a good feeling to be able to play above the rim like that. Sumbri.
Waiting for a miss there and tipped it in. And Walter, triple team, turn, spins. No look pass to Robertson. High. Floater, no good. And now Robertson's going to be whistled for the foul, the reach in from behind. And that is the 7th foul. That will send the Rams to the line for the rest of the game, a 1-and-1 as they reach foul number 7. Now the Rams, John, have only committed 1 foul in 11 minutes of play. I'm really impressed by their discipline. 5 in the first half. They've committed 6 fouls the entire game.
Well, that's exactly how if you're the coach, you want to draw it up like that. I don't think you could dream you could be this far into the game and only have 6 fouls on your whole team. So they're sitting pretty in good shape for a good final 10-minute run with their best players on the floor.
Second free throw is good. The lead is just 3. 55-52. And second unit, well, there's a mix now. You got Marcus Price in, so the mix of the first and second unit now as Bostwick is kind of mixing things up on offense. Now it's quickly over to Gentry behind the back, looking for help. 16 on the shot clock. Over to Beamster. No look pass to Gentry for 3, and hits the top of the backboard, which is technically out of bounds. So even if it falls through the rim, it would have been no good. Turn the ball back over to the Rams. Akano been at 10 for a few minutes. He went on basically a 10-0 run. I think he scored 10 straight points. At least it felt like it.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to help give his team a boost. It's hard to just continue to score and score and score unless you're Thompson for the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, my goodness. That was amazing. Klay Thompson, 37 points in 1 quarter, the fourth quarter alone. Lindsay for 3, the lefty.
That was a
nails
pretty
it.
shot. Really beautiful, well executed. Gracella penetrates into the heart of the defense, brings them all down, dishes out to the big guy at the 3.
We're tied at 55. Timeout on the floor. Let's go down to the floor and check in with Adam Ferguson.
Rob, I'm here with Jesse Gotting. Now, a couple weeks ago, it was broken to us that you had stepped down from the head coaching position of football and gave it to Frank Tristan. Now you are the full-time athletic director. Now, what is that going to entail? What are you going to have your hands on?
Well, what I do is the first 10 minutes of my day, I sit down and formulate emails about all the media guys that have criticized me over the years for head football coach. No, we felt like SAGU had come to a point with 10 sports and wanting to expand, that it was time to have a full-time AD. I knew that I wasn't giving what was needed to both positions, and so felt like this was the time. Frank was the right man for the job. And then just the opportunity to work on some of the things that we're kind of loose on, fundraising, marketing, continuing sport expansion, some of those things. So that's what we'll all be doing.
Well, we definitely wish you the best of luck in all your future athletic director endeavors. For now, back to you, John and Rob.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks,
The great Jesse Gotting.
He's a really fine AD. There's the dunk right there a moment ago. Some recent replays. We're glad to see him keep it in house. Turn the reins over to Frank Tristan, who's been here several years. So we're looking forward to some great things in our entire athletic program with Jesse at the helm as AD and Tristan as head football coach. 9:35 left here in the Schaefer Center. We're tied at 55. The lead was 12 at halftime. Technically 10, then later 12 with the two tech foul shots. Akano nearly loses the handle and power dunk, a tomahawk dunk, and the TWU bench is on fire. And the Rams have their first lead of the game, and Akano is all smiles. He's got 12. He's going to the line. Look at this dunk. Oh, we'll see it again here.
What a way to take the lead back.
He just elevates over Feemster. In your face, he says, and the hoop and the harm. Akano has put this team on his back. They have surged from 12 down and now have a 3-point lead with 9:20 and change remaining. And it is go time right now. Don't let this game get out of hand if you're the Lions. And a bad pass from Marcus looking for Feemster. And now then stolen away by Gentry. Gets it out to Alexander. Loses the handle. Saves it. Should call timeout. Instead spots it Feemster. Wide open three. Good in there, baby. Yeah, baby! That's what I'm talking about. Feemster on fire. 3-point number 10 for the Lions. And they respond and tie this thing back up. And Akano looks to be hurt over in the corner. John, he is in pain. Check that. Guarded by Gentry. Something's wrong with Akano.
Well, and I wondered about that as he came down from the dunk. I saw his ankle
and a steal, Gentry. He's got all kinds of numbers. 5-on-2. Rashad in trouble behind the back pass. Pump fake. Marcus. No good. Gentry misses. Marcus. Baby! Left side putback. Marcus Price. The mother from another brother puts the Lions up 60-58. Brother from another mother. I messed up my own line, John. Help me out. Bail me out. I can't even do the line right. And meanwhile, a missed easy shot from the Rams. That was Ellis. Gentry now. Stutter step, stop. Alexander, not there. Skip pass over, looking for Feemster. Tipped out of bounds by Ellis. Wow. Big play by Feemster.
Well, we're seeing a huge surge by both teams with big effort, big energy coming out. And this is normally where you'll see a 5-6 man squad start to buckle down and lose momentum.
Gentry wants another one. Airballs it. Chris Grisella with the rebound off the floor. Now, if you're TWU, you just want to settle down, get a good shot here. You've committed one foul. Your players, if they're fresh, they're going to be there in the end. No one's in foul trouble. Under 7.5 left. You're down by 2 in a hostile environment. You've clawed your way back from down 12. How do you play now from here out? You do just that. Take it upside in. You got a strong inside move from Asani, Sumbry. We're tied again at 60. Nice, easy bucket. Now, here's Gentry, and he's whistled going into the paint. How about that move from Sumbry? Nice, patient move. Got the ball inside.
And that's what they're going to have to do right now, especially with Akano out, and we're seeing them work on him. It appears to be maybe some type of knee or thigh injury. They're working that side out. That's a big storyline going deep into the rest of this game. They're going to need Akano to come back and provide some of that foul power scoring. We saw what happened when he doesn't score. This team is very flat.
Feemster, another three. Short, offensive rebound, battle inside, and Marcus Price will go to the line. Good work off the glass on the offensive board.
And if you look at the Rams just individually as players, you're seeing them really breathing deep, breathing hard. And this is the time of the game where if you're not used to running full speed all of the time for 20 minutes a half, this is where it breaks down for most teams.
Price's first free throw is off the mark. Here it is again. And there's the over-the-back call. Right.
No, that's
there.
the score.
That was the bucket. Check that.
3
That's right.
rebounds and 2
That's
points
right.
in
That's
one possession for Marcus Price.
Padding those stats. To retake the lead. Marcus Price will take a seat at the bench. Adoy back in, but Price gives the lead back to the Lions.
That was a bad pass by the referee.
We'll reset that. 1-on-1. Alexander wears number 1, and Lundy wears number 1. They're going to battle out at midcourt, and Alexander can take that. Look at the speed. Just gets across in a 10-second violation, nearly unfolded right there. Ooh, Gentry almost a steal in traffic, and going for the two-handed dunk. Merv Lindsay, but he is fouled, and he'll go to the charity stripe with a chance to give the Rams the lead back. We're in back and forth mode, and it comes down to, I think you've said it before right there, is can the Rams keep up with just the energy? Because Bostwick's got 10 players who are fresh, and Brendan Singleton has about 5 or 6.
And, well, they're not fresh.
And Econo,
they've been playing all the minutes. Much respect to Lindsay and Gracella and Ellis. Man, they're working on their 34th minute right now.
Basically are. Econo has checked back in, John.
Looks like they doctored him up, and we're going to see. I mean, obviously he's not disabled, but he's a little hurt. Will this play out in this rest of this time here?
1 or 2 free throws is good. We're tied at 61. Gentry out, way down time from Feimster. Didn't take it. Passes it up in trouble. Tip pass over to Walter. Alexander takes a 3. And the referee saying it hit either
hit the wire.
The wire or the shot clock. I think the wire, John. I think you're right. Either way, it's out of bounds. So it essentially, it's as if the ball just went out of bounds. Gets the ball back over to the Rams. 6 minutes exactly, 61 each. Good game brewing here at the Schaefer Center. Texas Wesleyan looking for a nice road win to improve to 4-5. That shot was
Gracella with a
blocked.
huge rebound there.
Econo resets near the top. Back over to Ellis. Lions straight up man-to-man. It's Walter on Econo. Clears some space. Lets it fire. Shot no good. Ball out of bounds. You've got your senior leader, your best defender, overall defender, Walter, on their best player right now. Gidry checks back in for Feimster. Feimster sits down with 7, but a couple of big three-pointers along the way. And speaking of three-pointers, Lions have 10, 4 more in the next 5 minutes. And it's free wings for everybody. But more important matters is a W right now. Forget the B-dubs. We can just take a W. And a timeout on the floor. Bostwick wants to talk it over. Doesn't like what he saw. 19 seconds on the shot clock. At this point, every possession really, really matters. That's why he called timeout there.
Well, it's true, and as you see in the second half, Bostwick doesn't go as much to the full line change, 5 in, 5 out.
Right.
He's being very particular about who gets in, and especially from this point forward, you're going to see really only the top 6 players get the rest of the clock and the rest of the minutes here. He may go down to the 7th. He's very deep over there. He can go pretty deep with some experience that deep as well. So I don't think he has anything to fear, but he wants to keep the chemistry and the continuity together so that these guys can finish really strong.
I think Gidry can be there. He's a good guy off the bench still. You've got...
Well, technically, Caleb Feimster
is off the bench.
Is going to be there.
He's right there. So
yeah, you got your other part of the bench from 8 through 12 to give you those really great minutes to keep the starters, the first 6 legs fresh. But now their job is to really just keep their hands together, keep rooting for their team, keep it alive over there. Keep the energy really going.
As you see some of the highlights in the last few minutes of play, it's gotten crazy here. Back to live play. Walter inbounds to Gentry. Guidry now into the paint. Over to Alexander. Nearly loses the handle. Gets it back
That's
to
amazing.
Guidry just in time.
That was a travel.
10 of the shot clock. This is a sloppy possession here. Can they make something good happen out of it? Gentry, no good, gets his own rebound. Fresh 35. Alexander works it back left. Guidry slows it down. 4:50 and change remaining. Tied at 61 each. Big possession here. Lions want to get that lead back. This is a good shot right here. You knew that was good. The moment Walter's there with space, it's going down. The senior gives the lead back to the Lions.
Big, big, big shot for John Walter.
You and I knew that was going down the moment it left his hands.
Oh, yeah.
He does not
they gave
miss
him
8
way
footers.
too much space.
And
that's a good
that's
foul.
a good foul. It'll either be Gentry or Guidry. That's going to send Hassani Sumbri to the line. He averages just 2 points a game. He's only shot 10 free throws all season long. He is 3 of 10, John, from the line for the season.
And you really want to send the big man to the line as much as possible. Do not let him get the easy 2.
First free throw.
That looked good. Looked like he's a good 80, 85% shooter there.
Really good. Good arc. Second free throw coming. He wants to tie it back up again. Under 4.5. He's now 4 of 11 on the season. Second free throw is good. So he buries both of them. So maybe not such a good foul after all.
Well, no.
You had to at least test him, though. You're right.
Made him
you had
work.
to at least made him work. That's right.
He got his quota out of the way. Now, I guess from here on out, he gives us some clankers.
Gentry in traffic over to Guidry. The floater, no good. Walter with an offensive rebound spots up Alexander. Guidry wide open, will take it. The left-hander, good, buries it. Oh, baby! Tyler Guidry. 11-pointer number 3, and the lead back to 3. Guidry, he's got 8 points now. 2 of them, or 6 of them off of 3-pointers. And Rashad Alexander with the steal. Got all kinds of numbers. 4-on-1. Behind the back pass to Guidry. Cleans up the mess. Lions up 5. That was a 4-on-1. I'd love to see the fast break. 4 guys got out in front of that ball. There was no way they weren't going to score. And a whistle now called a push-off. Looks to be. No, check that. I thought it was a push-off against the Comp. That's going to be called against the Lions. That's going to be against Guidry. It's his 3rd.
Yep.
But how about the 4-on-1? They move so fast in transition, John.
Well, they do. They were getting back. And this is where you're beginning to see the legs give out on the Rams.
Yep.
And it's these late minutes that kill you. But since some good free throw shooting here in the clutch, this is what they're going to need to keep this ball game close.
14 now for Econo.
Texas Wesleyan desperately doesn't need SAGU to get any kind of momentum swing that will put them in a greater deficit than 5. It's back to 3.
Econo buries it. Robertson Richardson checks back in for Econo. We are at 3:15 remaining, 3-point lead. Every possession critical now here at the Schaefer Center.
Just use as
looks
much
like
of
the
the
Rams are showing a 2-3 defense. Another 3-pointer from the senior and feeling it. Tyler Guidry, a 3-pointer number 12 goes down. High off the glass, whistle, ball's out. Doesn't fall, but I tell you what, that'll send the Rams back to the line with the clock stopped. And, you're down by 6. The clock's not really your friend, not your foe, but it helps to have it stop at this point.
Yeah, and if you got a veteran at the line, the veteran would know how to work the time that you have. You have 10 seconds once you receive the ball to actually shoot. And a lot of times the refs don't start for another 2 or 3 seconds when they see you're holding the ball. So as a veteran, you should just stand there and hold the ball and give your team a little breather.
And that free throw is good. 71-66, under 3 remaining. And Guidry works left, shadowed by Ellis. Over to Price. Guidry, or I should say Gentry, clears some space. Wants his man one-on-one. Back out to Price. 6 on the shot clock. Alexander's going to set up for, probably take a three-pointer. He does, a big three-pointer. Oh! Reminiscent of Dominic Rambo from another zip code. It's Alexander. 13 three-pointers and a steal. A charge first before the steal. And a big turn of events here, folks. A monster 3, a charge. Here it is again. Oh, my gosh. Get the tape out. That could have been from 29 feet. Nothing but the bottom of the net, and the crowd is on their feet in the jungle. Lions up by 8 with 2:08 remaining, and one more, and we're going to go to B-dubs.
And the big storyline here is that Akano is still having to be worked on, and he's missing key minutes of this game. He's not able to provide any of the veteran leadership as well as the scoring that they potentially could have with him being on the floor.
Here comes Richardson. Ellis from way downtown rattles it through, and a timeout.
That is a huge three-point shot. Huge. Ellis just ice running through the veins, as they say, cool as a cucumber. Just tossed it up. It didn't look pretty. It looked like it was wobbling in the air, but sheer willpower puts that basketball in the hoop, and that's what you get from guys that are not used to losing.
The lead was 8, John. Now it's back to 5. That's manageable.
Oh, are you kidding me? I mean,
that's nothing.
The one little tricky thing that they're facing here is they need to commit a couple fouls to get a little bit closer. Right now, they're 3 fouls away from a one-on-one situation, and you know, that's going to play to SAGU's advantage because they're going to be able to have valuable seconds ticking off the clock if they're still in that situation where they're ahead and the Rams
need to get the Lions
have
to the
get
line.
A foul,
yeah,
right?
Good point. As you see the jungle liking what they see, they now know one more, and we're going to go to B-dubs. So, 1:36 remaining here on the scoreboard.
And Rob, do you remember what my magic number was?
77 or 78.
First one to 78 wins.
The prophet. John the prophet. Forget the Baptist. He's the prophet.
You're getting a little crazy.
I'm getting crazy on you. Alexander, quick move inside. Finds Guidry. Over to Walter. Skip pass over to Gentry. Working through traffic, patient. Alexander resets, checks the shot clock. 12. Works on Lindsay for 3. No good. Rebound. Walter, pump fake. And no foul call.
No
he was
foul.
stripped going up. Walter can't believe it.
I don't think anybody can believe it, man. He was trying to foul him.
Spin move. Walter into the paint. Stops, little curl move, and lets it fly, and he comes up gimpy. Landed on his ankle funny, and a timeout on the floor. Walter's trying to shake it off, but something happened there as he landed, John.
He probably just tweaked his ankle just a little bit. Ankles are a nagging injury for almost every basketball player during the season, and you don't have to actually sprain it to get a little scare, a little tweak.
Lead back to 7. So two pieces of drama unfolding. 2 W's. First the win, and then the wings. Will the Lions please the crowd with both?
This is a very tricky situation for a team down. You're down by 7. You got to have 3 possessions, at least 3 possessions. So you got to get down quick, get a good shot off, hope something good happens.
Boy, no travel call there. And Lindsay spots up a 3, no good, and a big rebound, huge rebound. But they're going to whistle.
Tyler landed on the line.
They're going to whistle Guidry for stepping his foot out of bounds as he landed with the rebound, secured it out of bounds. Fresh shot clock. Lindsay stripped away.
Great defense, but
Walter,
John Walter.
He's got Guidry back up to Price and loses the handle. He'll go to the line. That's actually a good play. That gets another foul off the blocks for the Rams and sends Marcus Price to the line, who is only 28 of 41 on the season, John, from the charity stripe. So really not a bad play if you're the Rams. But you've got 39 seconds left to make, like you said, you still have 3 possessions, 3 positive possessions.
That's exactly right. They didn't capitalize on anything down there. I think what you really need to do is get your ball in the hands of a slasher. Try to get him a 2-point bucket with a foul and get the clock stopped and score that extra 1. Gives a little break, get a little breather.
First free throw missed. Second one looked good, and it is good.
8
Lead
points.
back to 8. They got to hurry. Ellis looking for room. Grisella, desperation 3, no good. Walter to Guidry, on up ahead to Alexander, and the Lions are going to ice this one here at the Schaefer Center. And under 15 left. I think the fans want the 3-pointer. They want the wings. They know they got the win now. Will Boston give them the green light to take the last 3-point shot? 7 seconds left. Here it comes. And Walter is not going to take a 3. We'll take the big W as the Lions secure a 77-69 gut check win. A big win, a big mid-season victory. The Lions will improve to 5-4. A little space now with these Rams, who will drop to 3-6 on the season. Well, you said 78, you were 77, all right? So hats off to you. You were right. My 90s was too ambitious. You are a prophet.
I don't know about that. I've just been around the block here on how the game of basketball works, and both of these teams are very capable of scoring 90. That's not the point. What they do is they get together and it's the clash of the Titans. And there's defense, there's a lot on the line, there's a lot of struggle, and you're going to just knowing that struggle is going to produce the anxiety, and the defense ramps up, so it keeps teams from scoring as much as they normally would. Although that's pretty much average for SAGU. SAGU just played better defense tonight to hold TWU to a below average night, and the fact that Akano was out of play for that whole first half was probably the difference maker in this game.
I think it was. You're talking about a 12-point lead at halftime after the 2 tech fouls. So a 12-point lead, and then TW began to just inch back with Akano. We had no points at halftime. At 7:30-ish remaining, it was tied at 58. And then about 8-minute mark, Akano goes down with an injury, got stuck at 15 points. I don't think he scored again. And so you look at it this way. If Akano didn't get injured, we don't know what it was, but he came back in the game. That really stopped his personal momentum, which ended up affecting the whole team's momentum. Lions weathered the storm and pulled back out by 8 and end up winning by that score of 8-point margin, 77-69. Good win here at the Schaefer Center. We'll come back here with just a minute after this break with Adam Ferguson, who's going to have, I think it's Rashad Alexander, who had a great game. We'll have the interview right here coming up next on the SAGU Sports Network. We'll be right back. Let's go down court now and check in with Adam Ferguson, who's standing by with Rashad Alexander.
Thanks, Rob. I'm here with the SAGU Sports Network player of the game, Rashad Alexander. We saw you hit a couple of big shots there towards the end of the game, a big 3. What's going through your mind when you're taking those kind of shots?
I mean, it feels great. I mean, going through my mind, I don't know. I'm just doing whatever I could to do to help my team win the game.
Now, in the Sooner Athletic Conference, this win is huge because there's so little games that separate you between the first place team, second place team, and then the bottom of the conference. Now, what's a win like this mean in front of the home fans to you as a team?
Big win. We're just going to try to build off this one. You know, we got 4 more home games in a row. So we're going to try to get MacU next Saturday and just build off that and just keep it going.
All right, good luck on that Saturday. Thanks, Rashad. Back to you, Rob.
Rashad Alexander, the transfer from Milwaukee Area Technical College, received first team all conference up there last year and first team all region. We're glad to have him from the great north, the snowy north of Wisconsin here in Texas, firing it up here. Had a great big game. Your thoughts overall on how the Lions played as they head into another big game here on Saturday?
Well, I think Coach Boswick has hit it on the head this week with the teams finally developed their chemistry to come together and play as one unit. And before we have some new pieces to the puzzle, and it's always a hard transition to try to get each member to realize what piece to the puzzle they really are. And if you know anything about how Coach Boswick coaches his team, it's all about family union. It's all about the brotherhood. It's all about doing it for each other, dedicating yourself to each one's success. It's not an individual game at all. So they don't care about the individual statistics in the locker room, and that's what he preaches. Garrett Jones preaches to those guys. Sacrifice those individual statistics. We don't care because it doesn't mean anything if you're a loser.
Well, the Lions will win a big one here tonight, and they'll be right back. Well, let's check our game stats first here. We'll talk about next game in just a second. Here's your stats, John. Look at that. Field goal percentage, both right at 40%. Three-point percentage, pretty close, 36 to 30. Free throws, Lions just hit half. Didn't go to the line very much. Credit the Rams defense for that. Rebounds in favor of the Lions
and
as
the
well.
Offensive rebounds there are very heavy-handed to SAGU, 17 to 10, and that's going to be a huge difference maker because what happens is those offensive rebounds can be converted in, and most of them were tonight converted in to second chance points.
22 assists, many off Alexander's hands. Guidry, Gentry, the guards did their job. Real impressed with the guard play. A quiet night from the big men in general. Mitchell was in foul trouble a lot. Was really ineffective. Adoy had a really quiet night offensively. Had some good defensive spots there, but didn't play that great. Marcus Price, we've seen him play better. So really, I want to credit the backcourt tonight for really keeping the Lions in this game. Of course, Walter, he's got that hybrid game. He did both. And let's take a look at now the check marks. Well, let's see here. We all got SAGU. Let's see. We all picked St. Gregory's. They took care of business. And looky there, Oklahoma Baptist. Yes, sirree, Bob. I'll take that one. Put my commentators on the chin there. And we all got MacU. Well, MacU's still in process, actually. And John Brown's still in process. So, what was your guaranteed win? Let us know your guaranteed win at hashtag guaranteed win on Twitter. And we'll see how you all do as well. Well, Saturday, John, the Lions back against the #1 team in the Sooner. Talk about this matchup against MacU, Mid-America Christian. They coming in a top-ranked team in the nation.
This is going to be probably the biggest game that SAGU has had yet to the season. MacU #1 in the Sooner Athletic Conference, and for a very good reason. They have 3 of the top players in the nation in the NAIA. And these guys are mostly seniors. I think out of their 8 top players, 4 of them are seniors. And when you have that kind of ability to go deep into experience, man, it's just a recipe for a lot of wins.
So with that win there, we're joining the booth now by Adam Ferguson. Adam, take a look at this now. SAGU will jump up now to 5-4. And pending how OBU and St. Gregory's do, and even Wayland Baptist, the Lions could be technically tied for that second spot right behind Mid-America. Meanwhile, Wesleyan will drop to 3-6, but they're not going to go anywhere. They'll still be around.
It looks like there's actually going to be a 4-way tie after tonight, depending what John Brown does, because Oklahoma Baptist won, which puts them at 5-4, and Wayland Baptist lost, which puts them at 5-4, and St. Gregory's won. Actually, St. Gregory's won, which puts them at 6-3. So they're going to move up to number 2. So there's a
four-way tie for third place,
depending on what John Brown does tonight. So it's very tightly contested right now in the Sooner Athletic Conference. Any game can decide the outcome of where you stack up in the Sooner Athletic Conference.
If you're going to win games, John, now's the time to do it. As you heard Rashad say, they got a big home stretch. One right here, Mid-America Saturday, and then 3 more home games, and we'll have them all for you here in the SAGU Sports Network. Southwestern Christian, that should be a win. Wayland Baptist, that's going to be tough, and OBU is always tough. But the point is, you've got 5 straight games in a row to really give yourself position for a stretch run.
Yeah, and this is going to be – this is what it's all about in winter sports. It's the excitement that college basketball brings to that whatever campus you're on. You'll always get this stretch run of home games. This is where the student base comes and gets together, gets behind their teams, begins to help develop just one unit chemistry as the sixth man. And if you know anything about the Schaefer Center here in Waxahachie, Texas, that the SAGU jungle is a powerful and formidable foe of six manhood, and it's a very fun place to come watch basketball.
A reminder, Saturday, we will drop the banner and present the rings. The inaugural season in the Sooner, the Lions took it home, and we'll celebrate that great win last year as they were the conference champions. They are the defending conference champions. So that needs to be remembered, and so everyone in this district, in this conference, knows that. And Mackey's going to come into town hungry to make their statement that they want to be champions this year. And we'll have all the action for you beginning at 3 o'clock with the women. You see there, they'll play at 3, the men at 5. And so I think we'll wrap things up here on behalf of my partners, John Cookman, Adam Ferguson, our student crew. This is Rob Price saying so long from the Schaefer Center. Your final score, the men win at 77-69. The women drop one 72-57. Until next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace.